Hi guys, Andy here again from Mad Lad Designs, continuing the playthrough of Warhammer Quest, the adventure card game. But before I do, there is a couple of corrections I need to make. Thanks to you guys for pointing out all the errors I'm making. Keep doing it and I'll try and keep correcting them where I can. But first up is when the Ironbreaker drew a dungeon card, there was a little gold icon at the bottom which said I drew a gear card. I drew the gear card and I got the oaken circlet, and I decided to give this oaken circlet to the Way Watcher. However, you can only give gear cards to the character that drew the gear cards. So it was the Ironbreaker who drew the circlet, so the Ironbreaker is the one who must get this oaken circlet. So I'm going to give this to the Ironbreaker. However, that does mean that the one wound I took off the Way Watcher due to the circlet must now go back on. Right, so hopefully that's the first correction made. The second correction is at the Ironbreaker's last turn before we moved to another location, we had the Orc Boy and a giant spider, and I rolled 2 claws and I put them on the Orc Boy and the giant spider, but I didn't take the damage. The Ironbreaker didn't take the damage for them. I completely forgot. So I had 2 points, 2 wounds off the Orc Boy, 2 wounds off the giant spider, but I did roll 1 shield, so that means the Ironbreaker would have taken 3 points of damage. So I'm going to fix that right now. 3 points of damage on him. And I think that is everything caught up with so far for the corrections. And let's move on to the next round. Okay, so we are beginning with the Ironbreaker. And what can we do? Well, I think we need to do some exploring so we can get this quest finished quicker. So I think the Ironbreaker is going to explore. He wants to get through these winding tunnels as quick as possible. So we'll be using our Into the Darkness. So we need to explore. Then I must remember to draw a dungeon card to see what happens. So let us explore with... So we need 2 white dice, but of course we need 2 black dice because we've got the Orc Boy and the Clan Rat. Let's see what we get. Oh dear. Right, okay, so we have 2 successes. I'll go with those first. Grab 2 success tokens, put them on the winding tunnel location. Next up we have, let's go with the claw. That's going to go for the Orc Boy, who is going to do us 2 points of damage. So I'm going to change this 1 into a 3. Then we have the Nemesis icon. So, Nemesis icon, whenever you roll a Nemesis icon, you look at the current Nemesis you have got. In this case it's Odious Grump, and you look here. So I'm going to have to distribute 2 wounds amongst the party. Now, unlike normal wounds, these can't be saved by shields. So it doesn't matter how many shields you roll, this is always going to take effect. So I'm going to have to distribute 2 wounds amongst the party. And I think I'll give the Way Watcher both of these wounds. So the Way Watcher now has 3 wounds. Oh, I should have, before my activation, I should have done this. To get rid of a wound, it doesn't matter. I've skipped that. Right, I'm going to look at this one. You may discard this card before or after a hero's activation. Right, we're at the end of the hero's activation. So I need to exhaust that. And I think I'm going to use this to regain 4 hit points back. Right, so that's there, and like this. I think that's right, is it? No. Okay, so I think that is the not the Watchers, the Ironbreaker's turn over with. We move on to the Watcher, and what they're going to do, I think they are going to go to explore as well, even though they have 2 enemies on them. I want to try and get through these winding tunnels. The reason being, at the end of the location phase, I either have to discard 2 tokens or draw an enemy, and I don't want to do either. So I want to try and get through this location as quick as possible. So I think the Watcher is going to explore. And I didn't do a dungeon card, did I? I knew I'd forget. Oh dearie me. Oh, right. Another gear card. You may discard this card after hero's activation to add 1 progress to the location. Interesting. So that goes there, and we do get a gear card, and it is the Gem of Asuran. You may deplete this card before your activation for up to 2 heroes to become empowered. You may deplete this card before your activation. So what does it mean by deplete? Do I discard this? Do I just exhaust it? I'm guessing I can discard it for 2 heroes to become empowered. Maybe that's what deplete means. If you guys know exactly what it means by deplete. Do I discard it? Do I exhaust it? If you let me know, that would be great. But that is going to go to the Ironbreaker. Just let me check. I'm not sure how many gear cards you can have. Okay, it seems you can only have 1 gear card on the first quest. So I can either discard this one, or I can keep this one and discard this one. But I'm going to discard this one. So yeah, you can only have 1 gear card. So that gear card will go there. I think now the Ironbreaker is done. And we were going to go on to the Watcher, and the Watcher was going to explore. And they are going to roll 2 die. But of course, 2 black die. Right, so let's take a look. We've got 2 claws, but we have 3 successes. We also have a success token, so we have 4 successes. So we'll put, I don't know why I'm putting success tokens on there when there should be. Location tokens. However, we are going to take damage. 2 from Odious Grump, 1 from Clan Rat, which is 3. 3. That should be there just to remind me. Them are now taken off. So next we move over to the Ironbreaker. If I can find number 3. Number 3. So I'm certainly going to do this. Before your activation, I'm going to remove 1 wound. So he cannot attack, he cannot explore, and I think he will aid. Okay. So to aid, before this action you may engage 1 enemy engaged with the target hero. So I think I will do that. I am going to pull Odious Grump across, and I'm going to roll 1 die, but I am going to roll 3 black die. Okay, let's see what we get. And of course, each one hits. But we do aid, and we will put it on. We shall put it on the. What shall we put it on? I'm going to put it on the rest. Yes, the target hero may ready one action. Well, all the actions are readied. If I move these across, you'll be able to see. Of course, we need to do this. So that's 2, 3, 5, 3, 4, 5. So there's 3, 4, 5. And I think that's it. Of course, the icon at the bottom here says we can now ready all of our actions. Like so. And it moves on to now the Waywatcher's turn. So the Waywatcher, I think, is going to attack. Attack the giant bat. So I may engage one enemy. Actually, no, they're not going to attack the giant bat. I think they'll go for. Well, they'll go for Odious Grump. No, they won't go for Odious Grump. They'll go for the bat. Okay, the reason being is that she's only going to roll one die. So she's going to attack the bat. So attack the bat with one die, and of course one black die because of the bat. Let's see what we get. Right, okay, so the black claw means the bat is going to hit us for 1 point of damage. However, because we've got the shield, that cancels that out. So in effect, nothing really happens. Because of the icon at the bottom, she doesn't need to exhaust it. Okay, so now it is the enemy's turn. So we will start with the Ironbreaker, and we will start with the Orc Boy, who just advances. He doesn't attack or anything, he's already here. So he exhausts. Next we move over to that Waywatcher. We have the giant bat, who is going to retreat and then inflict. Retreat into shadows and inflict one wound. Next up we have the clan rat, who's going to advance, but he's here anyway, and he is going to inflict. So we get another point of damage. Next we move over to the Waywatcher. Oops, that giant bat has exhausted. Move over to the Waywatcher. No enemies on them, so we need to pull it from the shadows. We have a giant bat who's going to retreat, but he's already in the shadows, but he is going to inflict. Like so. And he's exhausted. Next up we have Odious Grump. Odious Grump is going to inflict 2 damage. Right, let me just sort these out. So 1, 2, 3 for 3 damage, and 1, 2, 3 for 3 damage. So he has inflicted, and he's going to pray. So he's going to go to the enemy with the most wounds. So that's not health, it's wounds. And of course at this moment in time it is 3, 6, 9, 12, 3, 6 to 8, 12 to 8. So he's going to stay with the Ironbreaker. And that is all of the enemies activated. Next we are going to move on to the location phase. Are there any start of location effects? There are not. So next we move to the moving stage. So have we got enough tokens that we can move? Well, looks like we have. We needed 6. We have 6. We can move on to the next location. And we have the Lost Dwarven Forge. Even after untold centuries, the forge still glows with heat. Tools lie at hand where the owners left them. And at the end of the location phase, one hero may suffer 1 wound to claim 1 success. And we need 9 location tokens to explore the Lost Dwarven Forge. However, the good news is, because we've moved to a location, enemies in the shadows... Oh, wait a minute. When the party travels, this enemy is not discarded. Darn. Diamond Blast. Okay. So these should have been unexhausted, because we are going to draw another 3 creatures. 1, 2, 3. That are going to come out and attack our heroes. Right, so the first one is going to go to our first player here, and it is going to be, turn these the right way up, a ghoul. If this enemy is engaged with you, you become sickened. Okay, right, here's the thing. We have 3 creatures on us. We cannot have more than 3 creatures. So what happens, as far as I'm aware, is the creature comes to you, it deals its damage, and then goes to the shadows. So straight away I'm going to be taking 2 points of damage for the Ironbreaker. I think that's how it works. If you have 3, it comes, you can't have more than 3, deals its damage, then goes back to the shadows, ready in waiting. So it does its 2 damage. Now, right, I don't think this happens now. I think this happens when you are attacking the ghoul, or when you draw it to you, not when it's in the shadows. I'm not sure. If you guys know, let me know. But it does go to the shadows. Next, the next creature will go to our Way Watcher, and that is a rat swarm. The next creature goes to our Ironbreaker, but of course he's got 3, so this comes down, does the 1 point of damage. So we'll change these 2 2s into a 3, and then goes to the shadows. Wow, quite a lot of, what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 creatures are out now. I'm not convinced of our victory. Okay, that is the creatures out, and we've moved. And of course the peril phase goes up 1. But before it does, one thing I nearly forgot is one enemy is spawned in the shadows. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, nice. Okay, now the peril chart goes up. Right, at least we're not on a colour, so nothing is going to happen as of yet. Okay guys, that's the next round in Warhammer Quest, the adventure card game. I'm sure I've made mistakes left, right and centre. If you guys want to point them out, that would be great. Any bets on whether I will survive till the end of the quest? Looking doubtful, but we'll see. But thanks for watching guys, and thanks for subscribing, and I will catch you guys later.